Hello, my name is Danielle Shavi, and this is my TOK Religion Unit assignment. The real-life situation I extracted was about the murder of Eyal, Gilad, and Naphtali. These boys were Orthodox young boys who were waiting for the bus outside of the school located on the West Bank. A car pulled up and asked them if they needed a lift. They agreed and went with these strangers. When the bus never arrived home, they were reported as missing, and a few days later, the boys were found dead. It was deduced that the three boys were killed shortly after their abduction. They were shot, and later the car was burned and abandoned. A few days later, it was mentioned that the men responsible for the murder were part of the Hamas, a terrorist group from Palestine. The knowledge question I extracted from this situation is, to what extent does faith and reason affect one's self and shared knowledge? The ways of knowing I picked were reason and faith, and the areas of knowledge are religion, human sciences, and history. The three religions I picked were conservative Christian Protestant, because after taking the test, this is a religion that mostly matched up with my values, Judaism, because this is the religion I mostly identify myself with, and Buddhism, because this is a religion I was always intrigued about knowing more. Conservative Christian Protestants believe that Jesus Christ is God's only incarnation, meaning he is the Son of God. They also believe that your soul will either go to heaven or hell, depending on your deeds. They also believe that confessions are done between an individual and God, or sometimes with a priest. They also believe exorcism is used to get rid of the Holy Spirit, and finally, that God uses pain to test an individual's belief in him. So, how do conservative Christian Protestants obtain knowledge? By reading the New Testament, people are more informed about their religion and why they believe the ideas they do. Through a priest, since he spreads the word about Jesus Christ, and they learn more about him. And finally, by going to church, because there, Christians learn prayers and how to worship God. The religion I mostly identify myself with is Judaism, because most importantly, I was brought up in the Jewish religion. Both my parents are Jewish. I went to Hebrew school. I'm not allowed to go on Friday night since it's Shabbos. I did my bat mitzvah and took religion classes. I also have an emotional connection to Judaism. Ever since I was young, my parents told me that Judaism is the oldest and one of the smallest religions in the world, and it's important that we continue this religion to the next generations. I also celebrate all the Jewish holidays such as Hanukkah, Passover, Rosh Hashanah, and Yom Kippur. And finally, it helps me in my decision making. Jews believe in meeting the 613 mitzvot, which are good deeds done by the Jews. And when met, you will be going to heaven. Just like conservative Christian Protestants, Jews read their own Bible, the Old Testament, to learn more about the traditions and why they celebrate the holidays that they do. Bat mitzvah and bar mitzvahs are done, and this is when young boys and girls learn about the Torah and their responsibilities in the community, since now they are technically adults. And finally, through family members. My grandmother will always tell me about the Holocaust and to remember what the Jews suffered and what they did to be where they are standing right now. The religion I'll talk about next is Buddhism. My interest in Buddhism began when I heard about the term karma and basically what goes around comes around. Buddhism is a system taught by the Buddha. Buddhists believe that there is no self or soul. Human existence is nothing but a combination of 5 impairments. They believe in the rebirth of nirvana, which is the end of suffering by some. And finally, they have 4 reminders, which are human life is precious, death is inevitable, the laws of karma cannot be avoided, and suffering permeates all existence. Buddhists obtain knowledge through meditation, which is mental concentration and help for relaxation, mantra, which is a protection of evil and misfortune, and finally, through sutras, which are recordings of teaching given by the Buddhas, so this can be passed on to next generations. So finally, how does religion give us truth? It gives identity, a place to belong and be accepted. Be a part of a group that shares the same values and beliefs as you do. And finally, it gives us tradition. A religion must be practiced to continue to the next generations. For example, Jesus' last dinner was Passover, and I currently celebrate Passover till this day. It can be seen that we still have the same customs, even though many centuries have passed. Thank you.